What's up? This is Tito Talks, non-life insurance discussions. You're watching with me, your Tito Miguel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you liked our video yesterday about English. Now, don't worry, if that's more your style, we'll be incorporating a little bit into our daily sessions. Don't worry, I've also incorporated something new into our non-life insurance discussions. So after every daily video, we're also going to be, sorry about that, we're also going to be releasing a daily insurance related word for the day. And you're going to see how other people will pronounce it as opposed to how I pronounce it. So please stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out what we've got in store for you guys today. But in the meantime, with our promised content, first we are going to talk about 5 things that you probably didn't know about your personal accident policy. Yes, CPA po. Personal accident, also known as your PA, insurance, mostly considered as the cheaper cousin of a life insurance, and it seems to be a very popular alternative, just in case a particular client or particular customer isn't actually capable of committing to a very, very long payment scheme with most life insurance policies. But does that mean is a PA the same thing as a life insurance policy? Of course not. Although these two have a lot of similarities and a lot of common points in the way that they operate and the type of coverage that they provide, there are finer details that that distinguish the two of them. But there will be little discussion about that in a while. I would like to shine the light on a couple of things that may surprise you about this very flexible and very beneficial benefit that could actually help a lot of families right now who are going through loss, who are going through a period of adjustment after losing a loved one in an accident. So without further ado, let me give you guys number one. And number one shocked me as well when I first discovered it. Personal accidents happen to cover you 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week. And that's one of the lovely things about it. It doesn't matter if you're at work or you're at play, even if your insurance or even if your employer bought the insurance policy for you, you can still claim from your PA even if you got injured outside of work, when you're at home, when you're on vacation. Doesn't matter. It even covers you on holidays. It's just that you may not be able to file a claim on holidays because um, um, uh, claims people and insurance company personnel gotta go on vacation too, right? But your accidents are still covered on those particular dates, except, of course, if you're committing a crime. So, if you fall down a flight of stairs while robbing a bank, no. Just no. Your insurance is not gonna cover you in that case. That would make us accomplices, so no. That's not how it works. So that's point number one. Insurance, your PA could cover you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, up until the time that the policy expires. Now, with that being said, the main benefit of PA is for your death benefits. I know it's a grim subject to talk about, but the main core, at the core of a personal accident policy is the death benefit. How much money is going to be paid out to the family, next of kin, legal beneficiary of the client if they, in turn, experience their demise at the hands of an accident. How much are we talking about? It varies from product to product. It varies from company to company. But you get a good idea once you've taken a look at a few samples already. Now, with that being said, despite the main benefit being a death benefit, so you don't really get anything if your insurance has to pay in because that means you're dead already. That does not mean you don't get any benefits if you suffered anything less than that. What do I mean when I say less than that? What if you still got into an accident but you're still alive? It's just that you're not exactly the same person as you were before. You lost a hand, you lost an arm, you lost a foot, you lost a leg, you lost your eye, you lost your hearing. These particular things are still covered by the personal accident insurance policy, although not as extensive as a death benefit. Yep, you're still alive, but you're now disabled. To be more specific, partially disabled. And don't fret, your insurance policy, your personal accident insurance policy, is supposed to have provisions for anything less than that as well. if you just lost your arm, if you just lost your foot, if you just lost your leg, and most interestingly, even if you just lost your fingers. And yes, for those of you who are just hearing this right now, each finger on our hand has a corresponding monetary value in a personal accident policy. And if you know the answer to this question, this next question I'm about to ask, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. What do you think is the most expensive finger on your hand? Is it the pinky? Is it your middle finger? Is it your opposable thumb? Is it your index finger? So that's point number two. You can also get benefits even if you don't die, or even if the result of the accident is not as bad as death. You still get partially disabled, so you still can expect some benefits from your PA, just not as much as if you died. Of course, nobody does want that to happen now, do we? Now, also on top of that, let's go to point number three. Checking my notes right now, so I'm not looking at the camera. Sorry about that. It was mentioned earlier, though, that PAs are considered as cheaper alternatives to life insurances. This is because life insurances have a larger scope of coverages, which cover both natural, sorry about that, which cover both natural causes of death and accidental causes of death. So that means under a life insurance policy, you get your next of kin and your family get benefits just in case if you die from both natural and accidental causes. Die in a car crash, covered. Fall off a flight of stairs, hit your head, covered. Contract cancer, get any other type of terminal disease, covered, provided that you meet the conditions of your insurance provider at the time of your death. So you've got things like pre-existing conditions, you've got things like a 2-year minimum contestation period, so on and so forth. But when it comes to personal accident policies, natural causes are out the window. No, those are not covered under a personal accident policy. What's only covered under a personal accident policy, from the name personal accident, are of course accidents, but not just any types of accidents. Sorry, accidents that are violent and unexpected, with visible damages to the body. It would be easy to determine if you were in an accident because there's something broken, there's something cut, there's something bleeding, or in worst case scenario, there's something missing. So that's point number three. It's a lot cheaper than life insurance because life insurance covers a whole lot more than a personal accident insurance. So if you are looking for still a certain level of coverage but are not willing to invest in a long-term life insurance policy or even a term life policy, PA is the next best solution for you. Much lower prices, but still a very, very good cover. Now that takes care of number three. Let's go to number four, which dictates that here, and you're gonna love this, you can also have as many personal accident policies under your name as you want. And yes, all of them will respond in the event of the policy owner's death. And that's really interesting because it works the same way as most other life insurance policies. You can keep on investing, you can get as many as you want as long as the premium has been paid for. Kindly take note of that. So as many as you want, and don't be afraid, all of them will respond when the time comes. Should the time come, actually. Now, finally, we've got point number five, and I think this is going to surprise you as much as it did surprise me. With the ever-increasing demand of the markets right now, insurance companies have been trying to find ways to make their products a little more accessible and a little more attractive to the general population. One of these efforts, and you'll be surprised about this, is to create minimum or perhaps minimum's not the best term, is to create mini PA policies which consumers can buy in bulk or individually and give out to people as gift cards or calling cards, not calling cards, as gift cards and as giveaways. Yes, I'm not kidding. Personal accident insurance can now be used as a gift. You can give someone a personal accident insurance. Although with minimum benefits, although with minimum coverages, it's still a really, really good gesture. It's really really a good deal, and it's really really a sweet gesture that shows the person you're giving it to that I care, that you're important to me, and I want to see your family survive even if the worst happens. With that being said, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, Teka Miguel, pwede ba akong bumili ng ganyang PA, greeting card? Meron ka bang ganyan? Why the hell am I talking about it if I couldn't provide it? If you're interested in buying personal accident insurance for yourself, for your family, or if you're interested in buying personal accident greeting cards, which you can give out to your loved ones and friends for special occasions, you know who to talk to, tama? You're gonna have to talk to your Tito Miguel. And that about wraps up our discussion for today. Let me go over our points really, really quickly here. 5 things you didn't know about your personal accident policy. Number 1 is that it covers you 24/7, 365 days a year. Number 2, you get benefits even if it doesn't fall under the accidental death benefit. You can still get benefits if you still get partially disabled, which is really really good. Point number 3 though, it's a lot more affordable and it's a better alternative than a life insurance policy because it doesn't cover as much. As I've said, natural causes are out the window, and it allows the insurance company to charge a much lower premium for yearly protection. Next up, point number 4, you can buy as many policies under your name as you want, as long as you can afford the premium. And then finally, of course, PA, so popular right now, you can give it out as cards. And insurance companies no longer will have to ask you who you're giving the card to, who who you intend to give the card to. They've already computed the losses in their systems, in their back end, so that they can already provide you the card immediately as long as you already pay for the card. And with that being said, I do believe I promised you a an insurance term for today, and it's a little bit of a legal term as well. And I want you to say this word with me, and I'm gonna pronounce it badly at first. Say this with me: conjugal. Now, before I try to pronounce this word correctly, I want to talk about what it means. Conjugal is an adjective which refers to anything that pertains to a married couple or the marriage in between two people. Conjugal property, a property owned by a husband and wife. Conjugal visits. This is when a prisoner's spouse, legal wife, legal husband, gets to visit their partner who is incarcerated. That sort of thing. And that's what we mean when we say conjugal, pertaining to a married couple. And as promised, here's your word for today. Say it with me. I'm gonna highlight the schwas in there as well for your benefit. Conjugal. Say it with me one more time. Conjugal. Did you like my content for today? If you do, then you probably have an interest in personal accident insurance. Or, if you don't, you're probably interested in motor car insurance. Why don't you check out my motor car insurance playlist there? I've got a lot of interesting topics and questions that you can explore there. Or, if you want to check out this English speaking video so that you can know how to speak like your Tito. And with that being said, once again, this is your Tito Miguel of Tito Talks Non-Life Insurance Discussions. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell non-life insurance, you know who to talk to. Sagot ka ni Tito. And with that being said, I do hope that the rest of you enjoy the rest of your day.